got some tigers and did some training with the tigers to learn the elven commands to get them to do your bidding. And who did all of you buy tigers, or did I know Skippy got a panther instead because he's smaller? Did anybody not get a tiger?
Grun did not get a tiger. He will be riding the cart.
Gaelen did not get a cat.
I totally got a panther.
Okay. Did you guys remove funds for purchasing those animals and any kind of saddles or stuff that you needed?
I didn't, so I would just tell me how much I need to deduct.
Like you said, it was 200 for the tiger itself, and then I'm assuming saddle, like same as for horse's kit.
Yeah, it was an exotic saddle for the tigers, so they're 60 gold apiece.
I wasn't actually gonna ride a tiger, but I thought we as a group were gonna get some to pull the cart, because I'd like to no longer be the pack animal for this group, if that's okay.
Okay, so that would be two tigers to pull the cart, a panther for Skippy to ride. Were there any other tigers that you guys are getting?
I think Fred wanted to ride one.
Okay,
so I'm spending 260 gold. Is that what it is?
Yep.
All right. Should we split that up a little bit, maybe?
We don't need. I don't think we need 2 tigers to pull a wagon. Is that right?
We want the extra one just for traveling speed, so they don't wear out as quickly.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have a backup.
I think we should have learned that from the mules.
Yeah, it won't be long until we feed the tigers to something.
And the wagon would cost 35 gold.
All right, so we can take the 2 tigers and the wagon out of the group funds. Do we take the panther and the other tiger out of the group funds, or is that going to come from individual?
Are we going to trade off our cart? Is that what's happening?
I would say that the panther would be my own costs, so I've already paid for that out of my own pocket. Yeah, and Fredwin paid for his tiger and saddle out of his own pocket.
Okay, so the carriage, or so the wagon and the 2 tigers will come out of the group funds. So how much is a wagon? 1 sec.
35, I believe.
Yeah, 35 for the wagon.
What are we doing with the cart?
So 455 gold are going to come out.
They'll give you a discount on the wagon if you want to get rid of the cart. They'll give you the wagon for 30.
Is that what we want to do? I just don't want to get stuck pulling it again.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. We don't need both. We just need something a little bigger than just a cart. Only one tiger would fit in a cart. We're having 2 tigers. We need a wagon.
So I pay for the Grun goes through the funds and pay for the wagon and the saddles and the 2 tigers. He pulls out 4,500 silver and drops it off the wagon.
Okay. So just for anybody who will be riding tigers with the saddles that you have, they'll give you advantage on checks to remain mounted. And for the wagon, if you have vehicle proficiency, land as one of your proficiencies, and you can add your proficiency bonus to making checks to control the vehicle in difficult circumstances.
Do I still get advantage if I don't have animal handling?
Yeah, that's why the saddles are nice, because they help out a lot.
Yeah, you get advantage, but you don't get proficiency.
I have the vehicles land thingy. I can drive the wagon if we need me to.
Nice.
Ryan, if with enough time learning, could Grun eventually gain that proficiency of land vehicle if he learns from Ariadna?
Yeah, if you spent a few weeks learning from Ari on the road, then eventually you'd get that proficiency.
All right, he'll work on that.
Assuming Ari will teach him.
Yes, Ariadna, would you mind teaching me how to drive this wagon? Might be nice for you to have a break every now and again.
Sure. What you got to offer in exchange? I'm a skill for skill kind of gal. How about I teach you wagon driving and you teach me a language or something?
I was going to say, have you ever had an interest in learning Draconic or Halfling?
Ooh, dragons.
I can teach you. I mean, the only thing is you're probably also going to learn their funeral rituals, because that's a lot of how I learned the Draconic, so that's probably how I know how to teach it.
Sweet. I ever need to help perform a dragon funeral.
Grun, have you performed a lot of dragon funerals?
For Dragonborns, yes, many, and for many a halfling. Should your time come, Skippy, I'll probably send you off.
Or maybe resurrect him.
I'm not gonna die.
I hope that's not foreshadowing.
Well, resurrection. That's a touchy subject. It's a really hot topic debate in my order. Just try to avoid getting into it and get rather heated.
I mean, if you need some sort of living will, you can totally resurrect me.
Okay.
Yeah, resurrect me too.
I have faith that you will continue to keep me not dying.
So you guys are putting a lot of faith in a guy who, as of right now, and I'm assuming this is still true, Ryan, has no spell or connection to Kalimdor?
Yeah, but we're off to fix that, right?
Yes, I very much hope that we're on our way to do something towards.
Have you thought of worshipping Sharo? Is it Ariadna?
Are you asking Grun if he's thought of it?
Yes, I am.
No, he's not considered either Dowreth or Sharo. As of right now, he still has faith in Kalimdor and believes that things will improve and Kalimdor will be reinstated. He still has faith that things are going to turn out and his god will be redeemed.
But what if you need Sharo to make that happen?
I'll ask for their help, but they won't have my faith.
Isn't that kind of like praying? Asking for help?
Yes, but with a slightly different intent.
Skippy shrugs his shoulders, and walks off towards his panther and squeeze in delight.
Okay. So you guys have finished your tiger training day, have gone to sleep. What are the sleeping arrangements while you're in the Druid Grove?
Well, that's a personal question.
I think Gaelen normally would do his meditations on top of the cart or wagon as a high point of vision.
So Fredwin would like to ask one of the druid leaders why his familiar was upset about being there, and if it would be possible to bring him back without any risk.
The jungle in places has been greatly disturbed over the centuries. There have been magical catastrophes throughout the jungle over the ages of the elves, and there are tears in reality. I imagine that if your familiar was concerned about being pulled away, that would be the issue.
Right. So then I'll just keep him safe for now and sleep beside my tiger, I guess.
Hey.
Well, you're invited.
There is a lot of tiger.
So, Grun, you had asked for a map of the area, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, so there's the map of the Gorgodian Jungle as requested. The druids point out that there is a road north of their grove. It's old and unused now, except for the druids when they travel to Velshni, but they will usually skirt the ruins along the way because that's one of the areas where there have been tears in reality due to magic failing and collapsing in the area. So they recommend, if you're going to take the road, going around the ruins. Otherwise, you could go as the crow flies through the jungle. It would be much slower going, and they don't recommend going north around the outskirts of the jungle because of the undead threat.
Now, before, when we were coming here, there were a lot of trees doing some very aggressive defenses. Is that going to be true throughout the entire forest, or are we going to be okay?
They will not view you as a threat as they would the undead. You have nothing to fear of any treants who exist in the jungle.
That's good to know.
What if we need to make a fire?
Choose your tree carefully.
Maybe we'll just pick up some sticks as we're walking, Skippy.
So I didn't get answers from everybody about sleeping arrangements. Gaelen, you said you're meditating.
Just a reminder, we can't be surprised while we're sleeping if everybody is within 30 feet of me.
So yeah, if you want to sleep everybody within 30 feet of each other so nobody's surprised, that's fine.
It's kind of weird, but Skippy's in.
Yeah, Grun will agree.
Well, 30 feet isn't exactly snuggling.
Apparently, Fred and I are snuggling a tiger, so
And a panther.
So that's the layout of the grove. The big black mess in the middle there is where their scrying pond had been before it was destroyed by evil forces. And they tend to congregate for sleep in the stone circle on the southwest.
The kind of purplish one?
So, Ryan, I think we established that everyone's going to sort of cluster around the wagon. Freddie and Ariadna are going to stay beside the wagon, and everyone else will stay within 30 feet.
Sounds good. So, in the middle of the night, while you're sleeping, and Gaelen, you're doing your trance or whatever it's called for elves, you have the vision.
Sorry. We are still setting a watch, right, guys?
Yes, of course. I think, like, even in the grove.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Is the person who's on watch going to be staying close to the group, or are you going to wander around the grove?
Grun would stay near the group.
I'm certainly not getting out of sight of the folks, or out of the 30 range.
Skippy would stay as close as he could.
Okay.
Yeah, Gaelen would be there for his watch, and then after his watch would return to Shizem.
Okay. So during Grun's watch, Gaelen suddenly comes out of his trance, cackling madly and shrieks. I'd like everybody except Ariadna to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 13, please.
Well, I mean, that's hardly ominous at all.
Does that include me? I already made one. Well, failed one.
No, you'd be making it at the end of your long rest.
Okay.
Skippy. Yeah, you all wake up from the shrieking and insane laughter. Gaelen, you have one level of exhaustion.
One more than I had?
Yes.
Roger that.
And you also take 10 psychic damage. And you guys, I don't know what you're going to do, but he spends an entire minute in this state of mad laughter.
I'm gonna say hello.
Freddie?
Yeah.
Maybe you should think about putting him to sleep.
I think we should try to talk to him first and see what's going on.
This doesn't feel right.
Maybe somebody should slap him.
Grun is going to investigate the scrying pool, see if there's any disturbance over there.
That's pretty far away from where we are.
Okay, Skippy's gonna slap him.
Okay, you slap him, and he continues to cackle.
Yeah, all right. So we're going for
No,
Can I do some kind of like medicine check and see if he's like, do you get bit by something? Is he okay? Like, is he sweating?
Let me do that. I got a +3 to medicine. We can do that.
Sure, yeah, give me a medicine check.
I'll help so you have advantage.
Yeah, you're not sure what's going on with him. He's just losing his mind here.
Skippy's gonna slowly move behind Ariadna, kind of looking around her at Gaelen.
Are all the druids nearby? Can we ask one of them if they know what's going on?
Isn't even waking up.
The druids are nearby, and they've also been woken up by the cackling, and they're keeping their distance from him at the moment.
That's maybe a good idea.
Excuse me, could someone help us, please? We don't know what's wrong with our friend.
They refuse to get any closer and beckon for you to come to them.
Grun will run over. Why won't you come help?
I'm gonna actually not run over. I don't like that either. I'm gonna stand over here by Grun and try and talk some sense into him. I mean, Gaelen.
Maybe if we splash some water on him.
So do the druids say anything when I ask them why they won't help?
The druids tell you that it appears that he has what they know of as cackle fever, which is a common ailment in the jungle, but they don't have a cure for it.
Right, so I'm gonna cast sleep on him.
I believe elves are immune to sleep.
Right, so that's not gonna work.
Freddie, back away.
What happens to someone with cackle fever?
If the person is unlucky, they can die from it. Takes several days, but there's also a chance of recovery naturally. If we had any clerics or holy types around who could purge disease, then it would be a non-issue. But out here, they are few and far between.
Grun looks very shaken by that statement.
Skippy's gonna splash some water in his face.
He's still laughing.
Is this contagious? I'm yelling to the druids.
Yes, it is.
Right. So everybody stay back. Can we get a more complete symptom profile maybe? If he's gonna attack somebody, we need to know now.
No, he won't attack anybody. He is simply going to laugh and exhaust himself. Eventually he will collapse from the laughter.
Can Grun try to sleep or hold him?
Well, maybe stay away from him since it's contagious. I can't catch diseases.
That's right, I forget you're immune to disease.
That's why she didn't have to make a saving throw.
Oh no.
It should be over soon.
Alright, well, for right now, I guess the best thing we can do is, if we can try to get him some sleep, either, knocking him out or something.
So we want to add head trauma to his list of problems?
Well, that's what I mean, the sleeper hold. No head trauma.
Can we stuff a rag in his mouth?
He'll stop laughing eventually. Just be patient.
And just as Ariadna says that, he stops laughing and falls back into his trance.
Oh boy.
Maybe his god just told him a really funny joke.
Okay, so what are you guys going to do?
Should we try waking him up?
No, I think letting him rest right now is the best thing we can do, and maybe prepare any kinds of medicines to give him strength while he's trying to recover.
Do the druids have any sort of purging potions or anything?
They said they don't have a cure.
No.
Do they know how to make them? Anybody?
For the most part, they, if any of them ever catch cackle fever, they simply isolate the person and allow them to rest as much as possible.
Right.
Okay, so Ari and Gaelen in the back of the cart. Grun will drive the cart, while everybody else tries to stay off to the sides.
I think I should drive the cart.
I think somebody else should be looking after him at the same time, though.
I can look after him. I already slapped him, so I already came in contact with him.
We don't know that's how this spreads.
Yeah, for all we know, it could be in the water, so maybe we should stick to alcoholic beverages.
There you go, there's one option.
I think Gaelen got a few bottles.
Maybe it's in the alcohol.
What? I mean, it's not like alcohol could ever be bad for you.
If Gaelen caught something from drinking something, it's probably from drinking alcohol.
How far from Velashoni are we?
Do the druids know how far you have to stay away from someone who has this in order to not catch it?
It seems to be people who are close to them when the cackling begins, who become sick.
Contagious laughter. Got it.
It'll take over a week to get to Velshani.
And follow-up question to that, when the people catch it, do they catch it immediately or is there a delay?
It appears that there's a delay. They do tend to develop a fever and disorientation.
Skippy starts feeling his forehead. And do I feel hot to you, anybody?
You feel fine, Skippy.
I feel kind of funny.
No, not funny. Fine. You feel okay.
I'm pretty sure I feel funny.
Oh jeez, is Skippy a hypochondriac?
I touched him with my hand.
Yeah, so go wash your hand.
Skippy, you eat rations out of the dirt. It's okay.
But that was clean dirt. Well, maybe we should isolate him here and take a couple of days until he feels better.
That's true. We could do that and we can kind of explore around while he's isolated here. Just, the outskirts.
The druids in the grove begin to settle back down to sleep.
Okay, so does everybody agree with that, or?
So yeah, I mean, it's that or we try to isolate the cart and keep moving. Because, I mean, the longer we wait, the worse things get.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything left for us here, is there?
Okay, well, then maybe we should go.
In the morning, we woke up in, the middle of the night, so we'll go back to sleep for now.
All right, I forgot it.
Okay. The rest of the night passes uneventfully. However, Skippy, You wake up feeling fevered and disoriented, and the long rest did not provide you with any level of rest, and you actually have a level of exhaustion.
Oh, I feel funny.
I am going
You
to
look funny.
do a medicine roll for Skippy.
He looks like he's in the same condition that Gaelen is.
Well, okay, so Skippy and Gaelen in the cart, and I will drive, and we need to keep them isolated, but I think we probably need to get out of here.
After the long rest, Skippy and Gaelen, please give me Constitution saving throws, DC 13.
Oh, I'm not feeling any better.
I'm sure I'm cured right up.
No, you guys are still feeling just as bad as you were before.
But I don't get the joke. I get all the illness, but I don't get the joke.
Yeah, no, there's no joke at this point. Oh my god, I just read the last sentence about this disease. I really hope you guys pass.
We'll take your word for it.
Now part of me wants one to fail.
Hopefully not me.
So you guys wake up in the morning. Are you doing anything in particular?
I am staying upwind of anybody who's infected with this thing.
Gaelen tries to stretch off his cobwebs that don't stretch off.
Grun is going to find out if there's any, other than the temple or the ruins, if there's any other points of concern along our path.
Skippy will stay in bed.
Well, there are all manner of dangers in the jungle to those who are not capable of traveling peacefully with the animals. With the tigers at your side, hopefully any threats, natural or otherwise, will give you a wide berth.
Fingers crossed then. Kellenbor will provide.
Yeah, you're still not getting spells from Kellenbor either.
Or Shiro.
Or Dowreth.
Yeah, I bet Dowreth would hook you up, like, immediately.
Wait, I'm still getting spells, right?
Yep, you have no problem, Mary. So as you prepare your wagon to depart in the morning, you notice, well, maybe you don't. Give me perception checks, everybody. So all of you except Grun notice that the tigers that you haven't purchased, that roam about the grove and normally, are starting to act a little bit strange, and they're like growling and pawing at the ground.
Well, that can't be good.
But our tigers are fine.
Yeah, your tigers are okay.
Does it look like a territorial thing?
Give me an animal handling check. It's not a territorial thing. This looks like you've seen in the cities where you've lived cats playing with mice and before they kill them. And this looks like the same type of behavior where they're pawing at something that's moving in the grass.
Okay, I look down at my feet.
There's nothing at your feet.
Well, those cats, they seem to be playing with something over there, like almost like they're pawing at a mouse.
I didn't see anything when I looked over there. It didn't seem like they were playing with anything.
Can we see anything in the grass, or just that they're pawing at it?
You can give me a perception check, and we'll see if you can spot anything in the grass from where you are. They're over on the far end of the Druid's Grove, more towards the east, whereas you guys are kind of in the northwest part, getting your cart ready near the trail.
There are cats?
You guys are busy. You're not really paying attention. But Ari, you notice, you can't really make out details of it, but you notice like little flashes of white in the grass where the tigers are pawing.
Maybe I will alert the druids that their tigers are playing with something, because I don't really know anything about the wildlife around here, or if that's normal.
Are the druids still even with us?
Yeah, you guys are still in the grove, so there's druids around, and some of them have noticed the peculiar behavior as well, and one of them thanks you for pointing out and heads over to take a look. And as the druid walks over gingerly, taking a closer look, all of a sudden one of the tigers lets out a yelp and a roar of anger, and it's really furiously scratching at the ground now.
Oh dear.
Can we ask the druid to talk to the tiger?
The druid is talking to the tiger, and he looks at you and says, I don't understand. It says it's it was bitten by something, but it's not sure what it is. The closest that it's saying is a mouse, but it's also saying it's not a mouse. I'm going to go in closer and take a better look.
Galen's coming out of the cart.
Wait, they might be undead.
Skippy's pulling out his cross.
And so the druid moves forward and he says out loud, "That's weird. I have no idea what this is." And just as he says that, you can see these small white forms climb up his body, and he starts screaming in agony.
What are the other druids doing?
Ariadna immediately points to one of the trees in the grove and says, "Goldleaf, find out what's going on. Something doesn't feel right." And this huge tree uproots itself and goes stomping over to investigate. Well, the tigers are just going ballistic. They're swatting at themselves now and rolling around in the grass. And other druids are coming forward and applying healing magics to the first druid who went in close. And it's just chaos over on the eastern front.
Are Gaelen and Skippy in the wagon?
I think I'm in the wagon, but I have my crossbow out right now.
Gaelen did come out of the wagon, but he's not gone anywhere yet.
I mean, Grun's gonna look at the two of them and say, stay near the cart, because if something were to happen, if they got struck down by something, that laughing fit, we can't have you guys far from the wagon at that time.
What laughing fit?
I think I'm going to go over there and see if I can help out.
So is Grun.
Freddy, guard the sick people.
Roger.
What sick people?
Gaelen, stay put.
So yeah, you can see clearly now there are tiny white creatures that appear to be made out of white sand and chunks of bone sticking out of them in places, like tiny little sharp teeth, and they're just gnawing at anybody who gets close and swarming over them. The druids have their hands full trying to knock them off, and they're using their spells to hold them at bay. And Ariadna appears greatly concerned by this and says, "How have I not sensed the encroaching undead? This is most unsettling. Goldleaf, to the east. Man the defenses. Ensure there aren't any more coming." And the tree nods slowly and stomps off to the east. Ari and Grun, what are you doing to help?
I'm going to use my shield to try to brush a whole bunch of them off of the druids.
Okay, give me a dex save, please.
My forte.
Oh, you did a good job. You swat a few of these things off, and they kind of tumble to the ground and fall apart in like a poof. But then the white dust slowly starts to gather again and form more of these tiny creatures. Ari, what are you up to?
I'm going to try and hit as many of them as I can with my hammer that aren't on druids, hopefully.
Okie doke.
Sorry, did you say that the one broke apart, formed into dust, and then formed into more, or another?
No, you knocked several off of one of the druids with your shield, kind of like scraped a whole bunch off, and they all went flying and fell apart and then reformed into roughly the same number.
Okay, then before my turn's over, I would just like to shout out to everybody. It's like, they reform!
Okay, Ari, if you want to give them a smack, there you can see the ground is just crawling with them.
Okay, let's add a smite to that.
Okay, they are undead, so you can add whatever that allows.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and was that one-handed or two-handed?
One hand, I think, because I'm still holding my shield.
So 26 damage. Yeah, you smash this hammer into the ground, and like a shockwave of divine energy crackles out from it, and you see a whole whackload of these little critters just fall still, and they don't get back up after you do that.
I'm not sure it matters, but you did crit on your hit, so your smites are also double.
Oh.
All right.
Roll them again, or?
Yeah.
After that happens, your grandmother. It's like, I used to be able to do stuff like that.
Now you're just scraping them off with a shield.
Plebeian stuff.
All right. So the shockwave is even bigger than I described. And actually, one of the druids nearby, the radiant damage crawls up his body, and a whole bunch of these things just fall to pieces around him. And he thanks you very much for the assistance. And he casts a spell of healing on himself and continues to wade into the east to help out his fellow druids. At this point, the treant has reached the east, and strange, he stops mid-step as he arrives at the border of the druid grove, and Philarana yells up at him, "Goldleaf, what is the matter? What do you see?" And the treant turns, and give me a perception check, Ari and Grun. Grun, you're a little busy looking at the creepy crawlies on the ground that can reform themselves. But Ari, you look up at the tree as Philarana is speaking to it, and you can see its eyes are now like two black holes drawing all light inside them. And the treant comes forward and stomps on one of the druids, crushing it instantly.
I think it's time to go.
Why? What's happening?
I think that treant is undead. Oh, I don't even know about this. I'm sorry. Meta.
Philarana, what's the plan here?
I don't know what's come over Goldleaf. Druids, everyone, defend yourselves. I don't know what to do.
Retreat. We retreat. That's what we do.
Are you going to retreat?
I'm going to urge all the druids and Philarana to retreat as well. I'm not just going to run off on my own.
Okay.
Do we know how many more white things are hanging around?
They are beyond count. The tigers have been overwhelmed. You can see them rolling on the ground, screaming in pain. Some of the druids that had waded further to the east are in similar condition, and many of the druids are at this point fleeing. Philarana runs to where your cart is and says, "I am certain the undead have come. Somehow they masked themselves from my sight. They've made it through the forest to this grove for you. You must escape. Whatever you're carrying is obviously of immense importance. I can aid you."
Yeah, we're going to be taking that aid.
Yep, please do. Let's go. Can we fit any of your other druids?
My druids will have their own means of escape. And she touches an immense tree in the ring, the outer ring of the central ring in the grove, and you can see a massive portal shimmers to life. And she says, "Take your wagon. You will find yourself on a road. Head west. Get out of here as quickly as you can. We will do what we can to stop this undead."
A road to where?
Anywhere from about here, does it matter?
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Is this the road that will lead to the ruins?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good enough. Let's go.
Okay.
Bravely ran away.
And as you guys begin driving your wagon through the tree, you can hear the treant ripping up the vegetation and the vines and all of the defenses of the grove to the east. And you see, just before you enter, even more of these white creatures, but larger. And they just come barreling into the grove. And you hear druids screaming and running before all goes silent. And you find yourself on a very old road deep in the jungle.
Okay, westward?
Yes, as quickly as we safely can.
Yep. Let's do that.
So you guys have your tigers.
And the panther.
And the panther, yes, of course. The panther won't leave Skippy's side. The panther is quite enamored of Skippy.
Little jinxie.
One extra tiger as well.
You guys begin your way west on this road, and it's not a well-kept road. It is quite overgrown in many places, with trees sprouting up in the middle of it, but there always seems to be enough room to get the wagon around, with a little bit of jostling. But with Ariadna's skill at land-based vehicles, it's not an issue to continue west. And the jungle is quiet. Quieter than when you made your way to Philorana's Grove.
Oh, that's not ominous at all.
No, I'm sure it's perfectly natural for this time of year or something.
I'm just gonna sit in the driver's seat and keep the cart moving west and quietly giggle to myself as if my brain has cracked, because it might have just a little.
Just a bit.
Skippy's gonna nervously watch Ariadna slowly lose.
So is Grun.
Gaelen and Skippy, how are you guys feeling about everything that's just happened?
I think Gaelen is a mixture of concerned and confused. He's confused that everything was able to get in when it seemed like things weren't able to get in. He's also confused that people are talking about people being sick, and he's familiar with these woods, and they're not normally this quiet. And he doesn't like leaving people behind to, get slaughtered.
Philorana said they had their own means of escape.
Skippy is probably a little overwhelmed right now. I'm assuming that he's fevered, and as a result, probably everything is starting to feel like a fever dream. So he's starting to feel like it's less and less real.
Would you say that you're feeling stressed out by this kind of fever dream feeling?
It's a trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah, probably a little stressed out.
Make a Constitution saving throw DC 13, please.
Told you it was a trap.
Telling people that it's a trap doesn't help with the anxiety.
Holy smokes.
How's that?
Yeah, other than the general feeling of unease and stress, you're fine.
Nothing funny?
Nothing funny. Is there anything in particular that you guys want to do now, other than traveling west?
I'm teaching Grun how to drive a cart.
Yes, and while we're riding the cart, the two of us will be doing our best to take care of the two sick people, me without getting close to them though.
What sick people?
Skippy would probably try to get out of the cart and get onto his panther.
Skippy, stay put.
Grun will spend time explaining to Gaelen that he's sick and what's happening.
I feel fine. I mean, I'm a little slow, but I'm achy. That's it.
Well, there's the fact that you woke up in the middle of the night cackling with laughter so loudly that you woke up the entire druid camp, and the druids wouldn't come anywhere near you because they called it the laughing fever, and they've seen it many times, and they wouldn't come anywhere near because they would get it. So we've got some pretty reliable sources that you're not 100% right now.
I thought I just had an infection. Like you're telling me I have a disease.
Quite possibly. So best thing for it right now for both of you guys is just to take it easy. Lots of rest, lots of fluids, keep your feet elevated, and you'll be fine.
Can you remove it, King Grun?
I cannot. I don't have that power right now.
What about Ariadna?
That is not one of my many talents.
I'm sure we'll get over it.
I'm sure we'll find something to help you two in your recovery.
Oh, I can cure a disease.
It is one of the many things you're good at.
Well, let's do that then. It is one of my many talents.
I mean, Ari, if you can do it, I would appreciate it.
Yes. Let us cure the diseases.
There's nothing Ariadna can't do.
Well, don't be saying that, because then he's going to come after my sword again.
Okay, so you expend 10 hit points from your pool of healing to cure the two diseases, and everybody's fine.
Yay! And now Skippy can ride his panther.
Well, that's a relief. I didn't want to have to deliver them their food with Mage Hand. Now I can go back to using Mage Hand for, juggling.
In much more reasonable use.
Yes, the important things.
The beeps are half the color. I'm a soldier. What do you expect?
Are the druids going to be okay?
I mean, they can all turn into all sorts of animals. I mean, they have access to a bunch of spells, and they know the land better than just about anyone. I think if anybody is able to make it out of there, it's them.
Yeah, like the portals and stuff. I'm sure most of them will be fine.
As the head druid said, the book seems to be of incredible importance. Right now, the best thing we can do is deliver this book and find out why it's such a key.
Yeah, but I'm starting to feel a little bit bad about getting everybody we deliver it to dead.
I think that's just an indicator of how important it is.
Maybe next time we leave the book, we send one person inside of the city or wherever to get the person we need, and we bring them out into the wilderness to read the book. I mean, seems like a better idea. Less collateral.
I don't actually feel like we are the cause of the destruction that seems to be following us. I think that we are on the front edge of the wave, and it just happens to be that we see all the destruction that is immediately behind us.
But the wave follows us around.
That probably indicates that we have some power to stop it. I don't know how, but
That's a fairly good point. They'd probably just ignore us if they didn't think we were a threat.
Well, I don't feel like a threat right now.
yes, let's work on that.
So do we just travel the rest of the day, or?
I was gonna say we just we pretty much just woke up, didn't we?
Yeah.
Then yeah, we travel for the rest of the day, I think.
Okay. You guys begin your journey west, and you're having your discussions about the illness and cure the illness, and continue on your way for about an hour when a shadow passes overhead. I'd like you all to make wisdom saving throws, please.
I assume this is not a charm effect.
Nope. It's a fear effect, so I don't know if that helps anybody or not.
I think I might be.
You have advantage against fear. Against frightened, if that counts.
Yeah.
So just roll it again.
Sure.
Those fearless little halflings.
Okay. So the shadow passes overhead. Freddy, you feel really shaken by this presence that you feel emanating from above. Everyone else, you sense something's not quite right there, but you manage to shake off, and the shadow continues away.
Westward?
I'm really getting the heebie-jeebies off that thing.
No worries, Ken Wizard. We will take care of you.
It's going which direction?
The shadow is passing northwards.
Alright, well, let's see if we can't keep an eye out for it circling around. It might be looking for something or just happened to fly by, but that could have been that same Draculich we saw.
Westward. But I assume that I am able to, since Freddy said he was feeling pretty shaken, take a look at him and see that. So I will be keeping a close eye on Fred. And we did learn the actual commands for the tiger, right?
Yes. And the tigers do appear uneasy as well, but they're not stopping. They're continuing to listen to commands and moving forward.
I'm going to be keeping my eye out for small game and stuff like that, like rabbits and stuff like that I can shoot and kill for Jinxie to eat.
Yeah, no problem. That'll be part of the rations that you can gather over the course of the day. I'll roll a d6 for you to see how much food you find, and Jinxie will require one unit of food.
Now, because we don't know where on the road we were placed, we really don't know how far we are from anything, including the ruins that we're supposed to avoid.
And that's right.
I'm going with, once we see some kind of buildings, we skirt around to the right.
Okay, so you guys continue, and again, a shadow passes overhead. Fred, please make a wisdom saving throw. Still, you feel shaken when this thing flies overhead.
It's not being kind.
And it passes overhead so quickly that nobody really gets a good look at it. It's just this shadow flies over the road and is gone. You all hear, I won't even make you roll for it, the trees rustle as this form comes back around towards you.
Get off the road, get off the road.
And you witness this white skeletal figure drop from the sky in front of your cart. And it looks quite similar to the dragon that you saw in Korthun, but smaller in size. Initiative.
Taking up my usual spot.
Way to hold up that tail, Grun.
I am nothing if not consistent.
Okay, Gaelen, you are in the back of the cart, and this dragon figure is probably about 20 feet in front of the cart. So there's 20 feet, and then the tigers, and then Ari and Grun in the front seat, and then you're in the back. So you're about 35 feet away.
My speed is halved, and I think you round down, correct?
Yes.
So Gaelen will close 20. Does that put him basically creating a front with the tigers?
It would put you just a little bit ahead of the tigers.
Yeah, that's okay. And shoot.
Okay.
And miss.
Yeah, that's a miss, all right.
You'd think you'd get advantage for trying to hit something the size of a barn.
Freddie, were you in the cart as well, or were you riding a tiger?
I was riding my tiger.
Okay.
So whose turn is it now?
Next up is Ari.
And how far am I from the thing?
30 feet.
Well, that means I can get there. Let's hit that with my hammer too.
Okay.
One-handed again. And add on a smite.
Did you crit again?
Don't look at me. I'm just pushing the button.
Think it's a good time for a smite?
Yeah, so double the smite damage as well.
Okay, as soon as I find it again. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
I can't wait to do my sub 10 damage.
Leaving people behind makes me upset.
So you charge forward and you smash this thing with your hammer, and it looks angry. Skippy, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to assume that I can't aim from the back of a panther.
No, you'd have to get off the panther.
It might be a good idea anyway. I'll get off the panther and then I will fire at the ginormous dragon thing.
Okay.
And Ari is there, so you got your sneak in there.
That's a miss.
I'm gonna yell back, Freddy, I think I picked it off.
Yeah, I get that.
Skippy, are you doing anything else on your turn?
I'll stay by the cart.
It's its turn. Well, Ari running forward ruined its plan. So, Ari and Gaelen, please make dexterity saving throws.
Oof.
And this dragon lowers its head down and emits this awful shard breath that he exhales bone shards out in a 30-foot cone, hitting Ari for 35, Gaelen for 17, and one of the tigers for 35 and one of the tigers for 17.
Right, so I am now in death saving throws. Do I have to make one now, or do I make one on my next turn?
You'll make it on your next turn.
Am I the only person in the party who has the ability to heal?
Yep.
Gaelen has a self-heal that's incredibly limited.
I used to once upon a time.
Okay. That was fun. Now it's Freddy's turn. Freddy, you are frightened, so that means that you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within line of sight, and you can't willingly move closer to the source of your fear.
Well, that sucked. So I can't get over to Ari.
Nope.
Well, I guess I'm gonna just throw out some animal from my bag then, because that requires less. Let me see which one. So that is Jackal as my extra action, or I'm not allowed to do anything with him this turn, or what?
I don't think so. I'd have to look it up again, but I think you just summon it and throw it on the first turn, and then it acts on your turn after that.
Oh, this guy's name is Steve.
Okay. Are you doing anything else on your turn, Freddy?
Since I can't get to Ari, can I? No, I can't do that. I guess not.
Okay, Grun, you're up.
All right, so Grun is going to run up to Ariadna. He's going to pull out that cask of holy water and throw it at the creature.
Okay. So are you like just a step behind Ari then, so you're not getting into melee range?
I'm getting close enough that I can either drag her back or try to take the next hit for her.
Okay, if you're going to try to drag her back, then you're not going to be able to take the action to throw the holy water.
Okay, then I gotta throw the holy water for now. Hope that kind of draws his attention towards me for now.
Okay, can you make a dex-based attack, please?
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll my javelin and ignore the damage.
Okay, that's a miss.
Alright, now does it land within 5 feet of the creature?
You missed by a lot. I'm going to say no.
Alright, then that would be it for me.
Okay, back to the top of the order. Gaelen.
Gaelen will close and come around as far as he can. I don't know how far that gets me.
Oh, Ari made a good point. What are the tigers and panther doing? Well, there's nobody driving the wagon anymore. So the tigers are hurt and scared and kind of running off to the side and around Skippy and heading back down the road, taking the wagon with them. And the panther is also not terribly keen on the dragon, but backs up just a little bit behind Skippy. So now, Gaelen, you can go.
Okay, so close as much as I can, get around as far as I can, and then give me an idea of where that puts Gaelen.
What's your speed?
Hi, it's 20 because it's halved. And so Grun did not close to melee? Is that
No. There's nobody beside the dragon, and you're not able to get far enough to flank anyway.
That's fine. Galen's not necessarily aiming for the flank. I mean, ultimately, that's fine. But he's just trying to, first of all, spread out so that not everybody is within a breath cone. And he's also trying to be point blank to make himself a target.
Okay.
Then he will start swinging.
Swing away. Miss.
Wait for it.
I'll spend a key to flurry.
That's a hit.
And his other flurry.
Also a hit. It's not looking in a very good way here.
It's all Gaelen. That was all Gaelen.
As you whack chunks of bone off of it, Ari, please make me a death save.
And if I could talk right now, I'd be very amused that Galen's trying to take credit for all of that.
Gaelen would not say, it's all me, it's all me. I'm joking at the ludicrousness of the idea.
1 success. Skippy, you're up next.
All right. Well, I'm not getting close to that thing, so I'm going to fire. I'm going to put one hand back towards the panther, kind of trying to ease its fear a little bit, and fire my crossbow at the dragon.
Okay. You are 40 feet away from it, so that will be firing at disadvantage.
Were you aiming, Skippy?
You're right, I was aiming.
So just regular attack then. That's a miss.
Oh, that's my turn then.
The dragon takes a 5-foot step forward onto Ariadna and is going to make 3 attacks. It's going to bite Gaelen and claw at Grun. 2 claws at Grun. Gaelen, 23 is definitely going to hit, right?
Yeah, 23 does hit, yes.
May take 8 piercing damage. You got really lucky it rolled low there.
Yes.
Grun, does a 17 hit?
That hits.
Okie doke. You take 21 damage as it rakes you with both of its claws.
Whimper.
Yeah, I bet. And that's it for its turn. So, Freddy.
Okay, well, I'm pretty pissed off at this thing, but I'm also still terrified of it, I guess.
Yep.
So I'm going to cast Magic Missile at 2nd level.
And the bolts of magic slam into its face, and it collapses dead.
Okay, so now, since it's dead, I guess I'm no longer terrified, so I'm going to try to... we have medical kits, right?
Yeah, we bought the healer's kit, and yes, we will pull Ariadna from underneath the corpse.
Which one of us is best at medicine?
If you use the
That
healer's
would
kit, it's
probably
irrelevant.
be Grun. Oh wait, I'm not actually proficient in it. Never mind. Yes, you are the best.
That is also one of my many talents that is completely useless right now.
Okay, so they managed to stabilize you just fine. And you all survived.
So I'm stable but still unconscious, right?
Yes.
Well, y'all might want to attend to the fact that Cart ran off. I assume that I wouldn't need to actually be here to tell you that, since you would have noticed by now.
Yeah, I would have called after the tigers to stop with the command word I learned, which I don't know.
Yeah, you yell out a command and make an animal handling check. They hear the command in your voice and they stop running away with the wagon and turn back around.
I'm glad I didn't have to send Steve after them.
Excellent. Freddy, wrangle the wagon. Skippy and Grun, can you help me remove this thing's head?
Absolutely. Undead come back with heads.
It did take holy damage at one point, though.
But it wasn't the radiant damage that killed it.
Oh, that's true.
Grun is going with the better safe than sorry when it comes to all these undead.
Skippy pulls out his dagger and prepares to start cutting off the head.
I mean, it's a skeleton. It just kind of fell apart when you killed it, so there's no cutting required.
Oh, if it crumbled, then we'll just move the head farther away from the body.
Okay.
All right, King Grun, will you help me move Kin Ariadna into the wagon?
Absolutely.
Okay. So together you manage to drag Ari up into the wagon where she can sleep it off. Who's going to drive the wagon now?
Grun's been watching all for like 2 hours. He's got this.
Yeah.
I think that perhaps Kin Freddy might help you. He seems to be quite good with the animals.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Yeah, you get the wagon moving forward again. The tigers are relatively easy to control, even though one of them looks extremely injured from the shards of bone that hit it in the face. But it continues to follow commands.
Heal it up a bit if I'd known that.
Well, yeah, it's obviously injured, but there's not much you can do without magic.
Just maybe bandage some wounds.
Yeah, clean them out, pull out any shards.
Yeah, it's still hurting, but doesn't look quite as awful now.
King Grun, you are also injured?
I'll be fine. We should move for now. We'll worry about our wounds when we find a place to rest for the night.
That's what I'm thinking. We do need to find a place relatively soon.
Do you want me to scout ahead and see if I can find some place?
Only if you're comfortable doing so, Kin Skippy.
Can you move faster than the cart?
Kin Skippy can move faster than I can at my best on his panther.
On my panther, I can go fast.
Right, I forgot. Panther, yes. Please.
Okay, I'll split the party.
Excellent. So Skippy goes running off on his panther, Jinxie. And as the wagon navigates around the bones of the skeletal dragon, the head lying off to the side of the road, the eyes start to glow with the green color, and the mouth moves, and you hear it say, "I see you," before the eyes stop glowing.
Fantastic. Should have destroyed the head. Didn't they say we should have destroyed the head?
Yeah, that's totally not disturbing at all.
I'd like to point out it was Ryan who told us that, oh yeah, it's just a skeleton head. I mean, it had already just, kind of destroyed itself. I mean, you can totally leave it alone and it'll be fine.
I feel like that is not the dragon. That is another entity speaking and seeing through it.
Yeah, but I'm still thinking our DM is an unreliable narrator.
Never listen to the voice inside your head is what we've learned.
Don't trust anything I say.
All right, he said we were heading west. We're definitely heading south. We got to turn this thing around, folks.
Skippy, you are charging off ahead of the group to the west, so you didn't hear the dragon say anything. Is there anything in particular you're looking for on the way?
I'm keeping my eyes open for runes, I guess. Yeah, I'm still like trying to be cautious and stuff like that, but still move quickly and silently.
Okay, give me a stealth check. And can you give me a perception check, please?
Hey!
That's pretty decent. You are riding ahead as quickly as you can while staying reasonably stealthy, and you note that the jungle is not only quieter now, but it's silent. There is no sound coming out of the jungle whatsoever.
That's not good. I'm not going to get too far ahead. No more than maybe a kilometer.
So you ride ahead. It's a couple of hours before you see a post on the side of the road. It's overgrown with vines, but the white marble still gleams from underneath it. But yeah, it's a strange place to find such a thing.
Is there any writing on the post?
You get closer and take a look, and yes, there is writing. What languages do you understand?
Common, Halfling, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay, you don't understand the writing on it.
I don't really read anyway, so this is probably as far as I'll go then. I'll start kind of making my way back towards the group.
Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't take too long to ride back you guys get back together.
So I saw a post up ahead. There was writing on it. I didn't understand it, so I thought I should come back to you guys.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's go find this post.
How long am I going to be unconscious for?
Oh, you wake up now as Skippy comes back.
Okay, well, does that mean I have 1 health point now?
You do.
Welcome back, Canary.
Thank you.
You smacked that beast so hard he didn't take kindly.
Yeah, he got me back though. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use that lay on hands on myself for the rest of my 10 points,
Okay.
which still puts me in pretty terrible shape. But I am not going to use my last spell slot, given what's going on.
Okay.
I should also tell you that there's something wrong with the forest. It's so quiet up ahead. There's no sounds or anything.
No sounds at all?
Is anybody gonna tell me about the skull?
Oh yes, while you were unconscious, we defeated the creature, but its head spoke to us as we left, animated and lit up, and said in a very ominous voice, "I see you."
Huh. Y'all think maybe we ought to get off this road then?
I think we will be getting off of this road once we head north to skirt around the ruins.
Yeah, we're just gonna see what this signpost says. Skirt the ruins to the east, and then take up that eastern road.
You mean north? Because east is the way we came from.
Yeah, northwest. So I'll be fine.
Okay.
So do we safely get to that signpost?
You do.
I don't believe you.
You safely get to the signpost. You can believe that.
We all died when we stepped into the tree. Everything since has been a hallucination in our dying moments.
I disbelieve the illusion.
No, you don't want to do that, Gaelen.
You have completely ruined the faith of this paladin. Good job.
Hooray! So the signpost is covered in elvish runes, and it says essentially 3 days to Cielo Sita and 7 days to Velshini.
That's where we're heading.
Well, at least now we know how far we are along this road.
Wait, the signpost says 7 days?
It says 3 days to the ruins and 7 to Velshini.
Yeah, but how does the signpost know how fast we're traveling?
Well, it is on a road. I think it is assuming how far generally people travel in a day.
I'm wondering if we shouldn't just get off this road before then, though.
I was gonna say, how does the forest
given that
look
we've been
to
seen.
drive off road? Like, does it look like the cart would be able to survive off road, or is it wide enough?
The wagon seems to be fairly sturdy, and the druids often drive without roads through the jungle, so it should be able to hold up okay, you'd think.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Well, this I would assume this sign is assuming using a road. I don't know how much off-road would add to our travel time.
Yes, but avoiding more undead things is probably a better trade-off for a longer travel time.
Given our present lack of resources.
Unless those things catch up with it. You know, the little white things.
Yes, they could be coming. Of course, we don't know.
I doubt they would have just stopped there.
I'm not sure why we want to avoid fighting more undead. We did just fine. I think this would probably be all of our first undead dragon, and we slayed it without any real issue.
Without any real issue.
Right.
It's the swarms that are the problem, and the fact that our paladin went down hard, and our cleric almost went down hard.
It probably would be evident to people that Gaelen has been hanging on with 2 hit points since the end of that battle.
All right. Now that I've had a little bit more time to assess the situation, I will be using my last spell slot to heal Gaelen, because apparently he needs more blood in his brain.
Okay.
Don't most boys?
I don't know what the issue is. I'm still upright. Thank you very much, Ariadna.
So you've probably got another couple of hours of daylight if you guys want to continue on.
Yep, I'll scout ahead.
Maybe we should, before you run off, I don't think we should camp on the road at minimum. So maybe if we go a couple more hours on the road and then we turn off and find a place to camp in the jungle. What do you think?
I think we travel like an hour off road.
I'm going to summon a critter from my bag of tricks to send with Skippy. Keep an eye on him.
You still have the jackal, right?
Did we lose the jackal?
It's been a day, hasn't it?
Nope, it's still the same
No.
day.
Okay, well, I tell Steve to go with Skippy and watch him.
Okay.
And maybe report back if bad things happen?
Yes, I did all that.
Yeah, come back and let us know if Skippy's dead.
Skippy will be fine. Let's split the party again.
Worked out okay last time.
Yes, Ariadna, I agree. We should make camp off the road if we can find a dense cluster of bushes.
Okay. Skippy, do you want to make a scouting survival check to see if you can find a nice spot to hide the wagon while you're scouting ahead? Yeah, you find a fairly wide path that you figure will be wide enough for the wagon to get through, and kind of goes up over rise and then down the other side, and it's well hidden from the road.
Okay, I will take note of that and head back towards them and let them know about it.
Okay, you get back with no problems.
I found a good camping spot just over a rise.
That sounds great, Skippy.
Thank you, Skippy. I will drive the cart toward the thing.
Okay, you get the wagon into the hiding spot that Skippy found, and yeah, feels pretty secure here.
Well, that wasn't ominous at all.
Famous last words.
I'm sorry, what was that?
That was evil DM laughter.
No, I mean, what prompted the evil DM
He
laughter?
said we felt pretty safe here, so that means that we're doomed.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, if we're feeling safe, we really should move on. Okay, so we set up camp.
And you're doing your usual order with Ari and Fred first, Gaelen second, Grun and Skippy last?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys get camp set up. When you're doing camp, are you lighting a fire to cook and stuff like that, or no?
No.
No, we're being chased. Hard tack and stealth.
Skippy, do you think we should take the cats out to find food?
Yeah, we should.
Maybe not the one that looks like death warmed over.
That's a very good point. That one should stay behind.
Okay. Yeah, you guys go out and do some hunting. You don't find any living creatures to hunt. However, you do find large stores of nuts and berries, enough for 8 people to eat. But the cats are going to be going hungry.
We didn't bring anything for the cats to eat. That seems short-sighted.
Nobody said they were buying anything for the cats to eat.
I didn't think it needed to be explicitly stated, when we were buying saddles and everything else for him. You think we would have bought some food for him?
Actually, we did ask about food, and we were told that they could hunt. And I don't think anybody followed up on that.
You're right. That's how that went. And then, of course, that meant us assume that they would always find food.
We listened to the DM. We trusted them to guide us on the correct path. And once again, they've laid a pit trap for us.
That guy sucks.
I think the issue is that if there were anything out there for them to eat, they would have found it.
Okay. I feel like I should apologize, but I'm not going to.
You should.
But can some of our rations make shit for the cats, or no?
Yeah, you've got like some salted meat and stuff. They will eat it. They're not super happy about it, but they'll eat it.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, take 1 ration off for each cat that you have. I think there's 3 tigers and a panther.
Okay, I'll knock a couple of rations off for the ones pulling the cart.
I'll mark a ration off for the panther.
So, did we feed all 3 of them and the panther? That's the question.
Freddy's tiger hasn't been fed yet.
Well, then feed him. What do I have?
I think Grun said there's party rations that can be used.
Oh, good. I feed him and I scratch behind his ears and tell him how I miss Fizzle. Pretty cool anyway.
Okay, can we short rest before we long rest? Or attempt to short rest before we long rest?
Yeah, so if you guys have hit dice to use, you can use some of those to heal up during the short rest.
Where are the hit dice on here again? I was just keeping track of them before. Okay. Wait, I can only do 1, right?
You can do them one at a time and kind of see how they... but you can use more. You can use your whole hit points if you want, but remember we're only getting them back at What are we getting them back at? Half, right?
You get half of your level back in hit dice after a long rest.
Okay. Well, in that case, one more.
Oh, my heal rolls have been horrible. Luckily, I don't have that many hit points to fill.
I'm regretting not doing the crazy thing I thought about doing, which was taking a level of druid.
That sounds like fun. Also, like something Freddy would do.
Yeah, it does.
Because you need to be able to summon more animals, right?
Yeah, well, I'd like to be able to talk to more of them.
Okay, so has everybody used the hit dice that they're going to use?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ari and Freddy. On first watch, I would like you to make perception checks, please.
Uh-oh.
And the jackal, I assume?
Sure.
Oof.
Passive perception is 13. How do I roll that?
Oh, it's in the skills list.
It basically just adds its wisdom modifier.
Oh, Freddy, you never roll your passive. That's just there so that the DM can...
No, I think he's looking at the jackal, and the jackal's only reporting a passive perception. Yeah, so if you roll a d20 and add its wisdom modifier, then that's what its perception check would be.
It doesn't see anything.
Yeah, it's fallen asleep off to the side. But fortunately, Freddy and Ari, you are sitting around doing your thing as you do, and you feel the ground tremble, and you hear branches cracking up top in the canopy.
Oh, frick.
Hey, everybody, get up. It's go time.
Now again.
Oh, up we get then.
As all of the tigers and panther are unharnessed this time, it would be... Do we have attack commands for them so that they can help us out with this fight? That'd be handy.
Yeah, you do.
I assume that to get him to attack would be your action for the round, right?
Yes, you can set them in motion to attack, and that'll be like one person can give all of the cats the same command, though.
That's what it is for rangers. They have to use their action to
Right,
make
for their animal
their
companion.
companion, and I wouldn't think these would be better than that.
No, but they all understand the same language, the same commands. So one person can give the command, and all of the cats will respond.
Also, hey, Freddy, how would you feel about pulling out some more summoned animals while we're waiting for the ground to stop shaking?
Yeah, why don't I do that? And now I magically have an ape and another tiger, so we have all the tigers.
Nice.
So can we start calling them like Leonardo and Raphael and Donatello and Michelangelo now, the tigers?
With
Because they are neither turtles nor teenage nor mutants.
I was just thinking.
You can name them whatever you like.
Well, my tiger's called Donatello, so you guys can name yours however you want.
I think everyone would probably defer to Freddy's specialty of naming animals.
And this is why I adore him.
Grun, were you sleeping in your armor?
Nope.
Well, put it back on. Don't just stand there.
I have scale mail. That takes a few minutes to do.
I'm going to try and help. I'm going to attempt to assist Grun to put his armor on. I have my armor on. Ground's still rumbling.
How long does that take us?
So you said you have scale mail, Grun?
Yeah, I'm just trying to look it up.
Okay, yeah, it takes 5 minutes to put on. With help, we could cut that in half. But you really get the sense that this thing isn't that far away.
It is not 2.5 minutes away.
It's not 25 turns away.
Nope.
Well, maybe it doesn't know where we are yet.
Let's cross our fingers and try to put on the armor.
And you hear it getting closer. And it's obviously following the road, whatever it is, stomping along. Is anybody going to peek over the hill to get a look at what it is? Or are you just going to huddle behind the hill?
Huddle.
I'm with huddling.
And I think all of us should maintain our semi-stealthy situation.
I'd like to get my armor on and then go investigate. No.
If I was smart, I would have left a false trail.
Well, here's hoping it doesn't have a lot of tracking, and we are hopefully being relatively quiet.
You hear it continue to thud along the road, cracking branches as it goes, and continues on past into the distance. Skippy and Gaelen, how are you feeling with this unknown gigantic thing walking down the road right now?
Hang on a second. Didn't she hear us?
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're fine.
Oh, you scared me.
It's like, oh crap.
Rude.
Yeah, that was my fault. I forgot. Yeah, so it passes, and you no longer feel the ground trembling or hear anything.
That would have been so bad.
I immediately go back to sleep.
Alrighty. Okay, Granwell, you're on your own taking it back off, bud.
You know what? At this point, I'll just leave it on. No.
Don't sleep in it. You need your hit dice back.
Yeah, there are negatives to sleeping in armor.
Yes, exhaustion is never fun.
Galen will help him remove the rest of his armor.
Yeah, it doesn't take very long to get it off anyway.
I don't mind dressing a dude, but undressing somebody, nah.
Yeah, she's just all about groping them.
What?
Well, laying on the hands.
I thought you were a
Oh.
little handsy.
Fine. Next time you go and get yourself some sort of weird jungle disease, see if I care.
Hey, Galen's not complaining. So, back to the trance, back to the sleep.
Yeah, Ari and Fredwin, the rest of your shift goes just fine, and you get to wake up Gaelen.
Well, let's do that then.
Gaelen, I'd like you to make a perception check, please.
Well, I haven't gone to sleep yet, have I?
Yes, yeah, this is partway through his shift.
Oh. Well, because before I went to sleep, I was going to do a divine sense just to make sure that there was nothing within 60 feet of us.
Yeah, you don't sense anything.
Good.
Off in the distance, east, probably on the road, you hear a haunting whistling sound.
And by off in the distance, you mean 20 miles away?
No, but your perception is good enough that you hear it quite a ways off. Whatever this whistling is coming from, it's not being quiet or subtle.
And is it intermittent or continuous?
It's continuous, and it's making a bit of a tune as it whistles.
Getting louder or quieter?
Getting louder, and give me a history check, or performance, whichever's better.
Oh, that's easy.
You recognize it as an old elven lullaby.
Like it's just a mundane one, like that elven mothers might whistle to their children.
Yeah, it's just the tune is just a little bit off. Like if it was in a major key, it's done in a minor, so that it sounds just a little bit creepy.
Okay, and it's getting louder, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, I will jiggle all the sleeping people.
Fred, want to help me with my armor?
And I will, whisper to everybody, that's an old elvish tune.
I probably might recognize that I'm half elvish.
You can give me a history or performance check, whichever's better. No, you're not familiar with this one. And you guys can give me perception checks as well if you want to. No, you know what? Don't even worry about it. It's loud enough that you can all hear it.
So what do we do? Do we run?
How about the same thing we did last time? Put on our armor and hold very still.
Okay, Skippy puts his armor on.
How far are we from we're in an indentation, did you say?
You're kind of over a hill, so there's a hill between you and the road.
And how far are we from the crest of the hill?
You're just right behind it. It would be about 20 feet to get to the top of it and peek over.
Do you all think we should retreat a little farther from the hill and road?
Well, I mean, I've never heard of a whistling undead. Might not be a terrible idea to peek over and see who that is once we get the armor on.
If we are going to try and recon it, I think that would be Skippy.
I can do that. I will begin moving stealthily towards the crest of the hill.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
That's not good.
So you sneak your way up the hill, believing you're being very quiet. You're not actually making a lot of noise, and yet the whistling stops.
Well, it couldn't be me, so I think it's coincidental. I'll keep going towards the crest.
Give me a perception check. You hear a voice from the road, not too far down the road, and it's speaking in a loud whisper. And it says, Venya, did you hear that? Did you hear someone in the jungle?
Uh-oh. I'll sit perfectly still.
Did any of us hear that?
No, you guys are all too far away. Only Skippy heard it because he's up on top of the hill right now. Skippy, give me a perception roll again, please.
I get to roll that again.
Lucky halfling. You see in the darkness, and you never see anything in the darkness, 2 little pinpricks of violet light moving along the road.
Can I hide?
You can try.
Is that stealth?
Yep.
Well, darn it.
This figure, cloaked in black, walks up to the path that you took with the wagon and stops. And you see him lift something in his hand, and all of a sudden it lights up with an eerie green light. And you can see a skull in a lantern that's glowing. And you hear the figure say, "Well, look at this, Venya. We found some company in the jungle. Tell me, little halfling, have you seen a book?"
What?
Initiative.
I mean, for all of us, did we hear any of this going on?
Nobody's heard anything except for Skippy.
What the?
So you don't want us rolled in?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, good.
Your dex is 16, so is his. Just roll a flat d20 for me. Skippy, you get to go first.
I bolt. Now, which direction does he go? Does he go back to his friends, leading the big bad guy there, or does he run in a completely different direction? So if I head right, that would be in the direction that we're going to go, right? Like along parallel to the road?
Yes, right would be to the west from where you are.
So wait a minute. I sent Steve. Would Steve turn around and let us know that stuff's going down?
You sent Steve earlier. Did you send Steve this time?
I didn't hear you say that you sent Steve with Skippy.
I thought I had.
I mean, I remember him sending Steve with Skippy when Skippy was scouting, and I don't think he ever contramanded that command. So would Steve still be following Skippy around?
He should be, but I don't know. It's up to you, whatever.
If you want Steve to be there, then he could be there as well. You roll initiative for Steve.
Don't.
In general, I don't know that you would send Steve with him when he's trying to be stealthy.
Fair point. So he's probably not there.
Okay. So Skippy, where are you going?
Well, all good things need to be shared, I think. So,
But the question is, would Skippy take his panther? Because his panther is also particularly stealthy.
in this case, he probably wouldn't have. He would have left it behind. But he's going to go back to the party anyway. I'm going to dash, move, dash again.
You're not that far away. You can just take your regular movement down to them.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the hill that you guys were camping out like right behind the hill, so it's not far to go. It's just the hill was cutting off the sounds from the road for the guy walking down the road, so they couldn't hear it.
Okay. I'll remove my regular move back to them. And do I have a beat on this guy for firing my crossbow?
No, the hill's in the way.
Then I suppose it's too late to hold my action?
You can hold your action if you want.
Okay, I'll hold my action. If he comes over the hill, I'll shoot him.
If anything comes over the hill, he just shoot it.
Well, here's a funny thing. You know that hill?
Oh no.
All of a sudden, there's a great big chunk just missing out of it, and you can see him on the road from where you are.
Frick.
What do you mean part of the hill's just like somebody took a bite out of it?
I mean, there's a 10-foot cube portion of it that just disappears.
I still have the book, right?
Yep. On the plus side, you all get initiative now.
All right.
Do we get a surprise round on that, whatever it was, because it didn't know we were there?
No.
Well, I tried.
Will the tigers be joining you in combat?
Yep.
And the jackal. And the ape, whose name is Jeremy Clarkson.
Okay, roll initiative for everything, please. The tigers get...
Is the panther joining, or is the panther staying by Skippy?
He'll join.
Okay, I'm sorry. What were we supposed to do for the panthers and the tigers and the bears? Oh my!
I'm going to. Well, who's going to be commanding them? Because they'll act on your initiative.
My guess would be Fred, because he's going to have to be the one commanding the summoned ones anyway, right?
Yeah, I guess it's me.
Yeah, it's tricky because it might cost us a fireball or two.
Also, the tigers and panther that are actual animals require different commands than the summoned animals.
Yeah, but his summoned command animal thingy is on his bonus, right? Because they're already summoned. So it's a bonus action to command them.
I think so. We'll go to the top of the order. Gaelen, you see this figure standing about 80 feet away.
Carrying some sort of a lantern with a skull in it.
Yes.
What are the odds on a called shot on the lantern?
My guess is poor, but I mean, you can always take a shot.
Never tell me the odds.
Normally 80 feet is, it's just 80 feet. No big deal.
Yep.
Well, I'll close 20 and take a shot. Just a normal, at him. I'm not trying for the lantern.
Nope.
And that's me.
Ari, you're up.
Well, I guess I will walk. I will dash, I guess, as close to that thing as I can get, because we need it down ASAP. So that's 60 feet, which is not close enough to actually hit it. But I used my action anyway, so that's okay.
Okay. Next up is Skippy.
I'm going to. Do I still have? Am I close to my panther?
Yeah, your panther came up right beside you.
And I have the book, eh? So I'm going to hop on my panther and I'm going to head west.
Full panther speed?
Full panther speed.
Okay, so its speed is 50 feet, so you can go at 100.
Through the jungle or on the road?
Parallel to the road.
Okay, can I get you to give me an animal handling check, please? With advantage. Good thing you get advantage with that roll.
Oh my God.
Oh no. So you go blasting through the jungle in the dark, with no dark vision, and you get knocked right out of the saddle by a low-hanging branch. The panther was fine, but you aren't doing so there. You're going to take a little bit of impact damage at really fast speed. You take 7 points of damage as you fall out of the saddle, and you're 50 feet away from the party now.
A little bit. I've been stabbed for less damage than that.
I take it that's my round.
Yeah, that's your action and your movement.
How far away are you now from the thing?
70 feet or 50?
You're 50 feet away from the party, so I'm not going to do the math. But yeah, you're even further than 80 feet away, say 110 or something like that from the guy on the road. But there's still this hilly terrain between you now, because you didn't disintegrate the whole thing.
So it was just the front that fell off.
You guys in the back are all within range. So I would like you all to make a Constitution saving throw, please, for Fred, Gaelen, and Grun, and 3 tigers, and probably the summoned animals too.
Why am I still back with them?
Oh yeah, you said you moved up 20 feet. You're still in range actually. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do the real tigers have the same constitution as a summoned tiger?
Yes, they get +2.
So in all 4 tigers?
Gaelen could just roll them, because all he has to do is hit this button again, because he's +2 also.
Yeah.
Sure, if you'd like. 4 tigers.
Everybody takes 21 damage, except for Grun, who takes 10.
Well, I'm dead.
Oh.
As this a yellowish green fog erupts from the middle of you and spreads out in the area, and you guys are all choking and coughing on this awful spell.
But I'm okay, right?
Yeah, you're 50 feet away from it.
Sorry, guys.
Grun.
Well, there's not a whole lot of options.
Yeah, 2 of the tigers are down.
Well, that was briefly lived. I am going to. So you said the fog is starting to seep in here, or it's summoned in here?
It's summoned in there.
All right, so I'm going to try to get out from the fog cloud getting outside, like, in front of it.
Okay.
And once I'm there, I'm going to take my javelin and attempt to throw it at the eye with the lamp.
You heave your javelin and miss.
I don't know why I throw things.
You know, it's better than not throwing things, I guess.
You just got hit with a whole bunch of stuff and you're angry.
Yeah, not too thrilled.
Freddy, you said you're down?
Yeah, I only have like 13 hit points when I'm at full health, so...
Okie doke. I'll get you to roll a death save then, please.
You have less hit points than a tiger.
Way less. Tigers have like 37 health.
Tiger's got more health than Grun.
And me.
Yeah, and me.
The HP dice have not been content.
All right, that's a fail.
Ryan, so 2 tigers fell. Did either of the ones that
Yeah, the ones
fall
that had
poop?
in the cart. So, Freddy's tiger is still up. I'm not sure if his summoned animals survived that or not.
Ooh. Yeah. Ape and jackal.
Did we even roll saving throws for the ape and the jackal?
No, we rolled the tiger because it was one of the 4 tigers.
Okay. We'll roll con saves for them then.
Do
too.
we know what the plus is on the ape and jackal?
Ape is +2.
I'll roll it.
Jackal is +0.
Okay, the ape saves, so it takes 10, and the jackal fails and takes 21.
Well, Jackal's dead.
Steve.
Poor Steve.
Ape is fine.
What's the ape's name?
Jeremy Clarkson.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
That makes me really happy.
And we'll go back up to the top of the order with Gaelen.
As my bonus action, I'm going to spend a key to Step of the Wind to dash. So I'll close 40 and I'll shoot. No lucky with the shooties.
Oh, that's another arrow fired off into the darkness. Anything else on your
No,
turn?
that's me.
All right, Ariadna.
So by my count, I'm 20 away? I'm going
Yep.
to go introduce this thing to my hammer.
Oh, so was I actually able to close on him there with my dash?
No, you're still 20 feet back because you're right beside Ari.
Okay.
That's a hit.
Yeah, I don't have any spell slots, so you don't get spell slots back on a short rest, right?
I don't think paladins do, no. Wizards get half back.
Oh, well, that makes sense then. Fred wandered through and said, "Why not? You did a short rest." I'm like, wait a minute.
Okay, anything else on your turn?
I assume he just fell down dead, right?
No, he took it like a champ and just grins.
All right, Ari, let's remove some of these teeth.
Skippy, you're up.
Okay, well, where's the panther?
It didn't run far off from you. When it felt you fall out of its saddle.
Okay, I hop onto the panther again and maybe try to make a angle towards the road.
Okay. Give me an animal handling check with advantage. And are you double moving again? Actually, never mind. It would be an action to get it back into the saddle. So just regular movement. Yeah, the panther manages to find a path that doesn't unseat you this time. And you are getting closer to the road. You're not at the road yet. It would be another turn to get there.
Okay, well, I guess that's it.
Come on, Freddy, save up. Oh, right. I thought you said all he did on his turn was grin.
No. Harry, you take 17 cold damage. And if you're still up, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
But there's not a saving throw for that one at all?
That's his touch attack.
Yeah, well, there was that.
So 17 cold damage, and you are paralyzed for 1 minute.
Awesome.
But you can continue to make saving throws at the end of each of your turns. And just as I'm sure you're starting to feel all hope is lost, you hear a keening cry from the sky, and a handful of birds rain down around the figure and transform into druids, and they unleash their own spells against it.
Yeah, fodder arrived. Let's go.
Can we assume that Grun keeps a healer's kit on him?
Since things went south and we bought them, yeah.
You watch as these druids unleash spells at the figure, and he seems to just shrug most of them off. But then this glowing sunbeam shines down on him and illuminates him, and you can see that he is definitely an undead being, with gemstones in his eyes, and he howls and hisses with pain from the sunbeam. Grun, it's your turn.
I'm going to finish running forward and try to hit him with my mace.
You can't actually get in range of him with 30 movement.
Oh, how far away am I?
You're still 20 feet away.
Then I will use my action to dash, and I'll close the gap. And if I do that, I can't. Yeah, still, I'm gonna run up.
He's got a touch attack. I'm standing here as an icicle.
Oh right, that's what paralyzed you. I forgot about that. I will stay the 20 feet away this turn, and I will ready. What I'll do is I'll ready my shield if he tries to launch anything my way to try to intercept it with my shield. I don't know if that's a possibility.
You can take a dodge action.
Yes, I'll take the dodge action.
Fred, ask you to make a death save, please. Success.
Nice. Although a crit would have been really handy.
And back up to the top of the order. Gaelen.
Okay, you said I was 20 away, so I'll close.
Yep.
And I'll try and take out one of those teeth.
That's a miss.
I will spend a key and flurry.
Ooh.
And your fists count as magical weapons, right?
Yes.
All right. And that is also a hit. So you give him the old 1-2, and he's not particularly pleased with that either. Ari, you get to stand there, but at the end of your turn, you get to make another saving throw.
So at the end of my turn where I can't do anything?
Yeah, because you're paralyzed.
Right. So let me just do that now then. That didn't help. Wait, I did that at disadvantage again. Dang it.
Well, we've been taking the first roll when that
Yeah.
happens, so we'll say you're still paralyzed there.
Sorry, I'll stop doing that. Or I'll try, but that's my push to talk button. It's hard.
Yeah, it's mine too. Skippy, you're up.
All right, am I at the road? No, I'm not at the road.
No, you've got another round of regular movement to get to the road.
Am I aware of the birds that came down and became druids?
You'd at least see that beam of sunlight.
Give me a perception check.
Although for all he knows, that could have been the baddie.
You definitely saw a beam of bright light off to the side as you were riding your panther towards the road.
Okay, I'm heading back.
Okay. Are you going to go to the road and head back, or go through the jungle?
I'm going to go through the jungle.
Okay. Give me an animal handling check with advantage. And are you moving regular speed or double speed?
Is there a speed that guarantees me not getting hit in the head?
No, I just add an extra D6 if you get clobbered by a tree, if you're going fast.
I'll go to the road and go around.
Okay, no problem. You make it to the road and start heading back, and you don't have dark vision, so you can't see anything other than just vague dark shapes down the road.
So, did you say you were heading to the road and then turning back east to head back towards the stuff?
Yeah, basically to head back towards where you guys are.
Okay. The Lich says, "We'll play with them again sometime, Venya, when these nasty druids aren't around." And he vanishes.
The what says that?
The Lich.
That lich that's gonna get stitches.
So combat is over. There is no one anywhere near Fred to help him, so Fred, I'm going to need a death save. And even if anybody goes back, it'll be 3 rounds before anybody can help you, so 3 death saves. Was that your third success?
A second.
Okay.
Oh, geez. Come on, Freddy.
I guess that means I'm dead.
It means you've got 2 successes and 2 fails, right?
No, he has 3 fails.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, alas, we knew him so well.
Gaelen is probably spending his time shaking Ari, saying, "Canary! Canary!"
Yeah. Gaelen should probably be spending his time grappling Ari so she doesn't punch Grun in the face, actually.
Hold on. I might have miscalculated, because that was assuming walking speed to get back to Fred. I assumed someone would have run.
Yeah, that probably makes sense, yeah.
I'm sure Grun and Ari would have full dash.
Ari's still frozen.
Yeah, Ari can't. Who has the healing kit?
Grun.
Grun, you can get back in time to save Fred if you run.
Hang on, Grun. You're using your healer's kit? You don't need to roll.
Yeah, if you use the healing kit negates the need for a medicine roll.
Oh, good, because I was really worried when I rolled that.
And this is exactly why we see the point of the healer's kit is to take the chance out of it.
Yeah, so that's the second time you've used the healer's kit. It still has 8 more uses left. But Fred, you are stabilized.
Good, I don't have to die today.
At least not right now.
That is as close as it gets.
Ari, you can... well, once he's gone, the paralysis fades, and you're able to move. Yeah, see? Constitution saving throw past that time.
Dice haven't been kind to me today.
I'm going to go pick Freddy up and put him in the wagon.
Gaelen will put his hand on like Grun's arm and say, "Nice hustle, kin cleric."
Hardly did a lot of good there, though.
So Skippy will kind of probably come in a little sheepishly and look. Is he gone?
He appears to be gone, Skippy.
Can we try and if any of the tigers are still? Did they make their saves?
One of the tigers appears to have stabilized.
Don't worry about the summon guys. They get despawned at morning anyway.
Yeah. So one of the tigers that was down stabilized, and the other one perished.
Hopefully it wasn't Donatello.
It's one of the wagon ones.
Oh, Mikey, that's fine.
Dang it! You lost one.
No, I think we got incredibly lucky there, and Grun will turn to the druids. Thank you for that incredibly timely assistance. I'm glad to see that some of you made it out all right.
I'm only sorry that we did not arrive sooner, Philorana says. We did our best to stave off the undead invasion at the Grove, but there was nothing we could do. Once the Lich joined the battle, with all of his undead fiends swarming the Grove, we were forced to flee. Even Goldleaf turned against us, and he killed several druids before they could escape.
So sorry for your losses.
Yes, I'm very sorry to hear that, and for your home.
We have few spells left for the purposes of healing, but we can offer you what we can to help you with your wounded.
Please, Fredwin and Ariadna require your assistance, especially Fredwin.
That fiend was wise to flee.
Freddy, you got 9 health back. Ari, you got 12.
That's like almost all my health, so...
Yeah, you're fine.
See, there is a good side to not having too many hit points.
I was kind of looking forward to using a reincarnate spell on Freddy.
He'd have probably come back as a chipmunk.
Yeah, I don't really like the table in the game here, because it's all playable races. Like, you gotta add some fun to it.
I like it. You can come back as a mushroom, you can come back as a squirrel, come back as a toad.
Gaelen will walk over to Ari, put his hand on her shoulder. Canary, that monster has felt my fist and he has felt your hammer, and he will feel them again.
But hopefully no time soon.
Yeah, Ari's really not talking right now.
Well, shall we all bind what wounds we still have? Druids, you're more than welcome to weather the night with us.
Thank you. We will stay with you. We need rest.
As do we all.
And we should be perfectly safe, because in D&D, nothing ever attacks you twice in one night.
That was twice in one night.
It is like a rule.
Oh yeah, that's right, it was.
Because I remembered you saying that, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to have something happen more than once in a night.
It's our own fault for avoiding the first one.
Yeah, you get in real rough shape if you would have fought a treant first.
I told you I should have gone to investigate first.
I told you we should have gone further away from the road.
All right, everyone, return to your rests before we lose this night. I will continue my guard.